and I thought I had been able to get a few more weeks before reporting some bad news. Especially after the non-Tukan situation, that wasn't great.
For sure.
But I guess now I have to talk about something that, is a bit more relevant to people, but also actually a bit more sad than, someone stepping down from a role.
It is the ultimate step down,
Yeah.
I guess.
I was going to laugh at that, but it's actually a bit too painful to laugh at such a thing.
Too soon?
Yeah. But, yes, it is my unfortunate job, but for those that don't know, on September 9th, Queen Elizabeth II had passed away in, I can't remember the name of the castle. It was a castle up in Scotland. I hate how the name's not coming to me.
No idea.
Actually, that was a lot more painful to say than I'd like to admit.
Fair enough.
I gotta say, it's like, and when I heard the news, it was probably the worst time to hear it, considering I was going in for training at a local radio station, and just before I started my training, I heard the news segment come on, and I heard the news, and I'm not sure if my jaw did drop, but in my head it felt like my jaw dropped to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I was just devastated.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know how, but I was able to do my training without much issue.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just kind of what I do at best. Is just kind of, I guess, bottle up my feelings inside, and then I guess I do stuff like this to kind of talk about it and just kind of let all the emotions out.
Yeah.
You can probably see I'm starting to tear up a little and not looking the happiest chap in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can probably hear it in my voice that I'm just having a hard time trying to, say what I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's I guess they can get to hear the, I guess the outtake of me trying to do it at the start there.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we leave that in? Or
Maybe. Might be a good one.
I'm not sure, because I'd like it where it's a bit more professional.
There.
Although I'm not sure how professional we can get, considering the circumstances.
Fair enough. So, what's your connection to the monarch?
I think it's just more kind of just being she's a part of my heritage and that.
Right.
Which is, I guess, the most powerful thing, actually. Because I'm actually quite proud of my British heritage and that. So to lose someone that is so significant to the British people, it's just a bit of a shocking blow, even though I knew it was kind of coming.
For sure.
Yeah. I might as well move this on to you. What were your reactions to hearing the news?
I am also of British heritage. Dad was actually born in England and migrated over with his family when he was a kid. So there is that. Honestly, my family isn't, I guess, very patriotic in that way, or sort of traditionalist. But I think if my grandparents were still around, they probably would have been pretty upset. But
well, it's the same thing with my family. My family's not that patriotic, but I think I'm just the odd one in the family that's very patriotic in that.
Fair enough.
I kind of look at kind of the British past, and I'm so proud to be British, even though the British Empire did do some terrible things, which I'm willing to admit that. But
for sure,
it's just a sense of pride of how much we went from being just an island nation to one of the largest empires.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's just, it kind of fills me with a bit of a sense of pride, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even though this pride does come from the expense of, ruining many people's lives.
Well, yeah, definitely the overthrowing of governments and countries and the oppression of, many people over centuries, for sure.
Although I was saying that, I think when I was much younger and still sort of do actually, is like my view was like, yeah, Australia was much better off kind of coming back under the control of the crown.
Fair enough.
And I think shows you how much stakes I had in it and how much
Yeah.
I kind of believed in the monarchy and that
Yeah.
when I was much younger.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Obviously, our whole society is built upon the sort of the Westminster system. So, we definitely do have a lot to be thankful for in that way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Obviously, there's no perfect system, but it does well. Yeah.
Actually, to even further prove how I guess probably how stupid I was when I was younger was I was kind of the person that's like, yeah, we should kind of give the English royal family back their power and that,
Right.
and was very kind of monarchist.
Interesting.
And still sort of am, but I see the importance of having a modern government.
For sure. Yeah. I think that's always been sort of, I guess, my whole thought process is that, yeah, like in the modern day and age, there really isn't an overall need for there to be a king and a queen and the monarchy.
Well, I still believe
yeah.
that the monarchy serves. I don't know why I say souls. Serves a kind of a key important role, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, I think if there is a big decision, they should have the final say in it.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, and again, I'm coming more from the Australian point of view. I definitely feel that, yeah, in England that would be quite different. But yeah, I think from an Australian standpoint, I don't really see the power that they should really sort of hold over us anymore. I think we've, as a nation, we've grown to be our own people, and that sort of thing.
I can agree with that, but at the same time, I still kind of have those same dreams when I was younger of kind of when I was like, oh yeah, like when I get older, I am going to lead a party that our main goal is to bring us back under the the control of the crown.
Right.
I'm not sure how well such a party would have worked.
No, I don't.
And I think that just shows you, I guess, how delusional I was when I was younger, believing I could actually make such a change.
Right.
Which I guess is a good thing to have when you're young, but...
Yeah, that sort of childish naivety is a nice thing to have. Yeah,
I still sort of have
dreams.
it, but it's a bit more tempered now to be a bit more realistic.
Fair enough. Yeah, interesting.
Although I did jokingly say that when I was younger, it's like, what is the Queen going to do when she turns 100? Give a letter to herself.
Yeah.
But I guess we won't see what happens now.
No.
It's kind of a sad shame.
Any other thoughts?
It's kind of actually kind of hard to kind of unpack it even now, even though it's been several days since it happened.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm still kind of unpacking it.
Yeah. What about are you interested to see how Charles takes on the role of king and what
Oh yeah, of course. Again, there's that kind of I guess I'm still patriotic for the monarch and that, as well as being kind of a patriot for the United Kingdom, especially when it comes to a past and that.
Right.
That the one slogan that I shouldn't probably have the right to use, but I use just to kind of show how much dedication I do have to both the United Kingdom as well as the monarchy is this phrase, and I love to use it a lot, is for crown and country.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably one of my most used phrases in that.
Fair enough.
And I think that just sums up my views on both United Kingdom as well as the the crown.
Yeah. Cool.
Even although I guess in this context, it's I guess in this case I'm kind of referring to both the United Kingdom, but also my home country, Australia, when I refer to country.
Right. Right.
But it's pretty obvious what I mean by for crown and country.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Interesting.
Although I feel like the people that use those that kind of phrase are usually for veterans and that, and I believe they have more right to use that than I do, because they actually fought for their crown and country.
Yeah, definitely made the ultimate sacrifice, putting their lives on the line. So yeah, they have definitely the absolute reason to be able to use that.
But I
phrase.
just use it as a kind of a symbol for my patriotism, I guess.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
guess if the call comes, I will step up to live up to that.
Right. Interesting. Cool. Is there, I guess, any particular moments or any particular things that Queen Elizabeth did that sort of you thought was standout moments of her reign as queen? Or
It's kind of hard to say in that, because she's had quite throughout her life a lot of quite noteworthy moments in that.
yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of just hard for me to kind of list one off the top of my head.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Are you an avid watcher of The Crown?
No, but it's a series that I just don't know why I haven't got around to watching yet. But it's like I need to watch this, but I'm just been so busy.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen bits and pieces here and there. My partner is very into it. She really enjoys it and rates it pretty highly. So I think from everything that you've told me, I think you will really enjoy it.
I probably would love it.
Yeah, I think you will.
Well, actually, I think a lot of the things I like, especially when I was growing up, were things that kind of were British of origin.
Right.
Like one of my favourite firearms for the longest time was the Brown Bess.
Right. Right.
Which was the standard infantry rifle for the longest time in British history.
Okay.
It would probably hold the world record for probably longest stated issue firearm, probably easy.
Right.
Being in service from 1700s up into
Wow.
the 1800s.
Yeah. Right. Interesting.
And that's frontline service mostly.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Which I think just goes to show,
I
guess, how much I do like all things Britain.
For sure. Interesting.
Hell, I actually do like the old British uniforms too.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
But again, I think that comes with the kind of the association with the Brown Bess and that.
Right. Right. Yeah. I guess so. Cool.
Which I get. Not only that, but the good old once I do get my firearms license, which I'm going to get around to getting someday, the first thing I'd get is like an old Webley or a Lee Enfield.
Right. Right.
And actually early Enfield, so probably like an 01 Mark III.
Fair enough.
Probably get something a bit older, so I'd probably get a pre-star model, if those are even still around. They're probably actually quite rare now, because a lot of them did get converted over.
Right. Right.
Because, I'm not going to go into the differences here. I may do it for another episode, because, I want to keep this simple and straight to the point.
For sure. And I guess, here you might have seen in the news that the 22nd of September is going to be a temporary public holiday in memory of the Queen.
What do you mean by temporary?
I haven't fully looked into it. I think it is just sort of like a day of mourning, of like an official thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be every year.
That's the case. I may actually, depending on where it falls, may run the Bathurst 12-hour after it is a tribute.
Yeah, so I think it's a
before
Thursday.
Before I heard the news, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to run the Bathurst 12-hour. And as soon as I heard the news, I kind of scrapped the plan.
Yeah.
Which I think just shows you how much it affected me. I was just like, I'm not in the right headspace to do this.
For sure. Yeah. So
Well, once I do run it, I am going to be running a car that I just kind of designed specifically to be more of a tribute.
right. Interesting.
So it is kind of flying the colours of the English flag.
Yeah. Got the Union Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with
Cool.
my favourite phrase for Crown and Country.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And
Fair
I think
enough.
that's actually, I think with that race is kind of also showing my dedication to both my Crown and Country, willing to kind of sacrifice 12 hours of my life to do this, as well as kind of win one last victory, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
in the name of Queen Elizabeth II.
Cool. Not a bad way to, I guess,
Wrap things
commemorate.
up.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be and obviously that'll be something that I guess is a bit of a special moment for you for maybe the rest of your life as well. So it'll be sort of something to always look back on and remember, that sort of thing.
Yeah, actually, if I do this in post, I might actually round about here insert image of probably like early concept art of the design. I'm actually going to pull out my phone real quick to show you a rough design.
Yeah.
Or where it's at right now.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I've actually kind of had to limit myself to be a bit more respectful in design. Because normally I do stuff that's a bit more like a blend between like race car, but also kind of a bit humoristic.
For sure.
But I've kind of stripped it back, have a few sponsors, but have it more kind of serious in nature.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
I haven't finished it, but
Yeah.
I think you can see it's definitely a lot more dialed back from what I normally do.
Definitely is. Definitely. Cool. All right.
Oof. Actually, I might show you the other design I was working on, which is what I was working on before I kind of heard the news about the passing and that.
Right.
You can see I didn't get too far into it.
No. The early stages for sure.
Which it is a neat concept. I probably won't put the image up of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not that nice. It's got potential, but that's about it.
Cool. All right. Do we want to
I think we should wrap this one up early.
wrap this one up? Cool.
I would have wrapped it up sooner, but I just didn't feel like bringing out something so short.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, again, there's just some things I wanted to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
That's
I
fair
think the
enough.
biggest thing I did for this episode was just kind of show where I'm coming from when talking about this.
Yeah.
From, I guess, what's the word? I was going to say foolish sense of pride, but isn't all kind of pride foolish anyway?
I guess it depends how you use the pride or show the pride, maybe.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Well, you want me to finish this one off?
Yeah.
Well, I guess thanks for tuning in to this.
Wait, actually, before you do it, here's to hoping that we don't have to do another one of these anytime soon. Although now saying it, I feel like it's going to happen again.
Maybe. Fingers crossed.
That's the for when we have to go and sit down and do another one soon after this.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us on this, I guess, pretty
somber occasion.
Somber, somewhat, unique occasion.
I wouldn't call it. Well, I wouldn't call it unique because it was bound to happen.
Yeah. It was question of when, not if. But anyway.
Although I do have to say this one thing. I guess God save the Queen, long live the King.